start this out so that nothing bad happens here today, and I don't have to get on national TV doing bad things. I'm focused on one thing, one game that we play on Saturday. Right now, not what's going to happen next week, or 2 weeks from now, or 2 years from now, or 20 years from now. That's all speculation. So, I think it's really important to our players, how they do in games against their rivals. People will ask you that for the rest of your life. How many times you beat this team? How many times you beat that team? Those are important accomplishments to our players. It's important to our players. We had a terribly difficult game here 2 years ago against these guys. So, that's the focus. Now, I was in here on Monday, and I was on a conference call today, and I have yet to be asked a question about the game. Not one. Not one question about the game. So if you don't have a question about the game, do me a favor and don't ask. Because I don't want to get on national TV and embarrass myself anymore this week. Is that fair enough? Well, I don't think that we've sort of reached our goals in terms of, we want to get three turnovers a game in every game. And I think there may have only been one game this year where we accomplished that. We've gotten 2 in several games, but not 3. I think we've done a really good job of not turning the ball over, which ball security is extremely important. And that's something for everybody to understand. It's something that we really emphasize here every day. The first thing we do in the meeting is put up a sheet, who created a turnover, who got a turnover, who batted balls, all those kinds of things to get an emphasis, on trying to create turnovers. I think when you play well-coached teams, which I think Tennessee is a very, very well-coached team, those are the things that coaches emphasize. So you see the result of that in how they play. We always try to make our team very aware of traditions and rivalries, and I don't think that you can be here in Tuscaloosa for very long and not understand that there's a couple rivalries that mean a lot to a lot of people, and this is certainly one of them. And I think we have a lot of respect, for Tennessee, and we have a lot of respect for the rivalry. I thought it was interesting today to find out that there's no rivalry in the league that has won more SEC championships than Alabama and Tennessee put together. So that tells you a lot about the quality through the years, and certainly, we have a tremendous amount of respect for the rivalry and the tradition and what it means to so many people here. And I think that started years and years ago, but it's something that, we really hold in high esteem and want to do a good job and make our people proud, and I think our players do as well. Our conditioning regimen actually sort of diminishes, as the season goes on. We do a certain amount of conditioning in the first 4 weeks, then we do a little bit less the next, few weeks, and then, after 6 weeks, we back it off even more. It gets cooler. I think the players, if they're practicing correctly, get enough reps in practice every day to play more than a game. If you count the reps that a player gets in practice, every rep that he got, from the time he's an individual, every drill that he does, every play that he's in 7-on-7, team run, team force drill, kicking periods, they get more plays in practice than they would ever get in the game. And I think if you're practicing correctly and guys are doing the right things and running to the ball and finishing plays, that's their conditioning. So they're sort of well conditioned to the task.